Hi, this is Dan from Watchwaker Appliance Repairs. This video is in answer to a specific question. If your washing machine is tripping the RCD, now specifically we're talking about Bosch washing machines in this situation, most common two causes are either the motor or the element. The motor might have a fault in it that's tripping the RCD. We might have some carbon dust from the brushes, that's repairable. The other thing it can be is the heating element, which sits in from the front of the bowl. It can either just have a leakage to earth, RCD will trip, that's repairable, or what can happen is if there's wear, like you see here, in the element, that will trip the RCD. Now that is actually a symptom of a much greater problem. What can happen is what we call the spider, there's three legs on the back of the drum, and then it connects to a shaft. If that breaks, or if the bearings collapse, then this whole drum will collapse down. You can see this one here can pop up and down. This one is an extreme example. Usually you'll just get, if you basically rotate to each of the three legs, I put my thumb down on the plastic of the inner drum through the rubber there, grip the inside of the bowl and give it a flex and see how much movement you've got. You shouldn't have any movement. You'll find one leg is broken, you'll suddenly have quite a lot of flex. In this case, this whole one is absolutely stuffed. So what it'll be doing is it'll be hitting on this element as well as chewing into the plastic around here a bit. But you can't just go put a new element in and fix your RCD problem, because it's just going to chew into that new one as well. So test to see if that bowl has got a bit of flex. And I've got another machine I'm just going to show you that's not got any flex, but the whole drum is sitting off center because one of those three legs has snapped. This is a less extreme example. If we have a look here and I try and move this bowl, I've got no flex. However, if I turn it, and if you watch the gap there, it becomes very wide, and then right down to, it's actually sitting very narrow there, and the gap opens up so much I can put my finger in there. So in this case it hasn't actually broken all the way through, but that drum has broken partially and it's sitting off center. And you can actually see the seal flexing, you can hear the seal rubbing, but that gap at the front is going from where I can get my finger in, or I can get my whole finger in there, and around here it's just a couple of millimeters deep. So that's a less extreme example, but if you ran this machine long enough it would break away entirely. Just so you get an idea, this is the back of the drum. The spider sits on the back like that. We have a surface for the seal, and then we have a bearing sits at the front here, a bearing at the back, and the pulley bolts on the back. And this one is totally gone. Sometimes it seems to be the soap powder or something eats into the metal and it will snap. If it just snaps one and it'll kind of break and move just a fraction before it binds up again, that's when you get that off-center bowl. Once one breaks fully, then you'll get a bit of flex on one arm. Once all three are broken, then it'll be totally free-flowing like the first one I showed you there. And the big question really is whether it's the drum and the spider and shaft assembly, which comes with the drum on most of these Bosch machines, or it's the bearings. If just the front bearing has collapsed, then you can replace bearings. If the spider's okay, it's not too bad. If the spider's collapsed, often it's not worth repairing. So this machine here, the pulley has got absolutely no flex in it. If that bearing had collapsed, then as well as that drum, when that drum moved in and up and down inside, this pulley here would also move. But this pulley is nice and steady because this shaft is sitting parallel, it's nice and firm. It's a spider on the other end that is broken, so that's how you can tell whether it's the bearing or the spider.